some common mistakes when it comes to benchmarking plans is that there's a lot that goes into it. It's a bit of an art and science. So let's talk about that. The first is you don't want to do this too frequently or too infrequently. You definitely want to not put it off too long, just so that you don't have the plan grow out of control and suddenly you're in a situation where the fees are no longer competitive, or the services are outdated. You're not taking advantage of all the new bells and whistles that are out there. The other big pitfall that I see is focusing solely on price and focusing solely on the lowest price. And I will tell you right now, this is a trap because the cheapest option often sacrifices services or quality that can negatively impact your participants just as badly as paying too much for not good services can impact your participants. So don't just focus on the cost, but you've got to look at what you need, what your participants need, and then how are you going to fulfill that and at what service level. Next is not understanding all the fee components. So this goes back to overlooking hidden costs, not understanding everything that's in your fee disclosures, like the revenue sharing with investment expenses. We have plans today where we have to go through and say your record keeping fee is X per year. You have a per participant fee of this much. And then also they're collecting, in this case, it was $4,800 from the investment options in the plan as part of the record keeping fees. And so the client was like, wait, what? I forgot about that. So it's important to go back, identify those fees that may not be so obvious, and that you are calculating the true cost of your plan. Another pitfall would be allowing the current provider to benchmark it themselves. Hey, it's really nice, but we don't like the fox watching the hen house. So be careful. Make sure that you are getting some data that's from a third party. So if it's being provided by your record keeper or your advisor, that's fine. But just know the source of that data and whether or not the advisor or your service provider can actually manipulate it. Because you don't want any conflicts of interest there. You want to seek independent verification. Then there is ignoring service level agreements. So you want to benchmark the fees, but you also need to look at the actual quality of the support that you're getting. And so, low fees doesn't necessarily mean the service is terrible, but you should have a pretty good idea and sense if your provider is meeting the things that they say they will do in their service agreement and doing them well, or should you be asking for additional services, or hey, can we check up on XYZ?